One of the most important things, they went and they laid a wreath at Queen Elizabeth's tomb. They went and laid a wreath where Queen Elizabeth is. May she rest in peace. She passed away in 2022 and they went there. And so I hope that it was meaningful. I imagine it was meaningful. Of course, it's Charles' mother, the former monarch, and it's someone who President Trump really revered and got to know as president. He got to know her as president of the United States during his previous state visits. And so President Trump, they went and laid a wreath. Here we have some footage up on the screen from the beating ceremony. This is sort of an ancient, old school military ceremony with music, and there was a flyover. It really was pulling out all the stops. The weather looks a little windy and chilly. You can see the hedges and the bushes blowing there. So we're gonna need some hairspray, but no, it looked incredible. If you've ever had FOMO in your life, it's for this event because it just is so, so, so magical. And I think so much tradition. We talked about this recently with Cracker Barrel and some of these brands changing their logos on smaller scales. There's been this rejection of tradition in the West where we don't want to accept tradition and honor tradition. And what I love so much about the monarchy is, the monarchy is not infallible. They've had their mistakes. These are humans like everybody else, and they're trying to navigate and evolve. But what I respect about them so, so, so much is that they honor that tradition. They honor that tradition and it goes by the book. And we have to have some things in this world that are traditional. Like in my family, you know what? We're going to put up a Christmas tree every year and we're going to put these ornaments on, and then we're going to do these ornaments, and then we're going to have this for dinner. We're going to do this on Christmas Eve. It's important to have some traditions because the world is so topsy-turvy. The world is so crazy and chaotic, and bad things can happen on a dime, as we've seen recently. So it's very important. It's very important to honor traditions when you can and come together and celebrate some good times when you can. And that's what I think I loved about President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump's visit so much. So let me see if there's anything we missed here. We got the outfits, we got the procession, we got the carriage rides, we got the beating ceremony, we got the flyover. Tonight is the banquet. By the time you watch this, the banquet will have happened. A lot of people are waiting. They're waiting with bated breath to see what the First Lady wears, what Catherine wears, what Camilla wears. I think honestly, on the echelon of who we're waiting to see, it's First Lady Melania Trump, Catherine, and then some folks, of course, will want to see what Camilla has worn. But it's going to be exciting to see these two women come together, and I'll be breaking it down more if you guys subscribe and tune in. But I couldn't be more excited about this state visit. It's just over the top, iconic, incredible, and it's a great feeling to see these two men come together, like I said, who've endured through decades. I think the last thing I'll say, President Trump has been famous since he's 25 years old, 30 years old. He's been through ups, he's been through downs that he's very open about, right? I think he went on Ellen's show and talked about being $900 million in debt and having to claw his way back from that. He had a hit TV show. He becomes president. He becomes president again, survives an assassination attempt. This is someone who now has a majority in the House, the Senate, he has the executive branch, right? This is someone who is the comeback kid, Teflon Don. When you look at King Charles, he's someone who's had ups and downs in his career too. He's been through so many eras. He was born famous. He's been under a microscope his whole life. And there's so few people you can come together who have that experience. And so to see Trump and Charles come together, they're kind of the last few guys who can get together and say, remember this era, remember this happened, and they're still standing and they're still here. And so I have such respect for the crown, for the monarchy. I know some of you are not into the monarchy, but I love the tradition of it. I love that President Trump is over there. I think it's important for the history books to continue these state visits. And I want to say thank you to the folks in the UK for embracing President Trump. There are folks out in the streets in MAGA hats and Trump was right about everything hats. And so thank you for embracing and welcoming our delegation.
Recently, I learned about colostrum, the very first milk known as liquid gold that babies receive from their mothers after birth, packed with proteins, natural growth factors, antimicrobial peptides that work to enhance your immune response, reduce inflammation, repair and balance gut lining, reduce bloating, and make your hair and skin look amazing. Today's sponsor, Cowboy Colostrum, offers the highest quality cow colostrum available in the US, 100% made in America from 100% American grass-fed cows. They don't overprocess or strip their colostrum, leaving it whole, full fat, and high protein for ultimate nutrient density. It's the highest quality bovine colostrum you can buy. Cowboy is easy to drink, made with delicious natural ingredients and no artificial flavors. Simply add a 3-gram scoop of either our chocolate, Madagascar vanilla, or strawberry into your coffee or smoothie. For a limited time, our listeners get up to 25% off their entire order. Just head to cowboycolostrum.com/link and use code LINK at checkout. That's 25% off when you use code LINK at cowboycolostrum.com/link. After you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you.